Evening. So this is actually my first time having to share screen. I was trying to work things out. Please let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Hi everybody. A lot of firsts. A lot of firsts. Can you see me? Can you hear me? You should be able to see and hear me now. Let me know in the comments if you can see me, if you can hear me. Okay, hi Blessing, thank you. Hi Precious, thank you so much. Hi Format, thank you very much. Thank you for joining me and thank you for also keeping to time. Hi Faith, thank you for joining. This is such an exciting time for me because we are going to be talking about something really important, number one, and then number two, we are going to, in the first time of our history of having YouTube live sessions, we are going to be sharing screen. And this means two things. You are going to be following through everything we talked about, number one, and then number two, you still get it as a freebie, like a mini ebook, if you will, when we're done. So that if you're not a video person or you're not an audio person, you can read everything that we discussed here. Okay. Hi Nikki. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Hi MEC. Thank you. Let me know where you're joining us from. Okay. I can see your name already, so there's really no need for you to tell me your name. Just tell me where you're joining us from, number one, and also tell me if this is your first time joining me live on YouTube. All right. I will start sharing my screen now. Olajide Temitope says she can't hear me. Is that the same for everybody so that I know if it is a me problem and I can fix it? Can everybody else not hear me? Okay, Irene said she can see me and she can hear me. So that means Temitope, it could be your network or it could be your device. You can just log off and come back. Hi there, thank you for joining us. If you know that there's anybody that you would like to be here that is not here, do us the honors, do us the favor of sharing this live session to anybody. Tag your besties. This year, 2024, with the way the economy is, it means that everybody deserves a chance to actually get quality knowledge that will be effective for them. It is one thing for you to actually try to get the knowledge, and it's another thing for the knowledge to be effective for you. Somebody. Okay. This is so funny. This is so funny. Okay, so anyways, something funny just happened, but yes, I will gist you all on my Insta story. If you follow me on Instagram, I will give you this gist on my Insta story. But anyways, let's get back to what I was talking about. This is 2024. Everybody deserves a chance to quality learning and also not just learning on their own, but also getting to learn and earn with their friends. So I said that to say if you know anybody you love very much that you really wish the best for, especially financially in 2024, share this video to them right now. All right. So I'm going to share my screen so that we can get on with this session. My computer. I'll share these tips again. Okay, so I'm going to be uploading this here so that um I can share my screen. Only one person told me where she is hearing or joining us from. Dara said Ifoma rather said she's joining us from the UK. Faith said she's joining us from Lagos. Nikki says this is her first time. Hi, Nikki. I'm really excited to have you here. And I hope that this is not going to be your last time joining us here. Every other person, I can currently see 18 people here. So tell me, is this your first time joining me live? Where are you joining us from? And yeah, I'm going to be sharing my screen now so that we can begin. Can you see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen. Nikki said, okay, Trinidad and Tobago. You are joining us from two places. How cool is that? All right, let me know if you can see my screen. Christiana said from Nassau, and this is her first time. Hi. I live for our first timers. I am so excited to meet you, and I hope that this is not going to be the last time you're going to be here. So, this is meant to be a 1 hour session. I will try to make it as fast and as easy to understand as possible. We're going to get to the point where we have question and answer sessions. So just follow through. If you have any question, just put it in the comments. Members of my team, they are currently here and they will take your questions. Just jot it down in the comment section so that you don't forget. And there's going to be somebody that will be putting it down so that they can ask when we get to the question and answer session. All right. John Praise says she can see. Okay, thank you for letting me. You can see my screen. Yemisi says she's joining us for the first time from Ocean State. Hi. Okay, Nikki says Twin Islands in the Caribbean. Okay, that's nice. All right, I'm going to start now so that we're able to wrap up in time. So today's session, we are talking about something very, very popular. A lot of you know Upwork. A lot of freelancers are going on Upwork every day. And I believe that most people discovered freelancing based on Upwork. And that's the reason why I'm going to be talking about Upwork today. And our topic is how to optimize your Upwork profile to increase your chances of landing a job in less than 90 days. How to optimize your Upwork profile, because even if a lot of people have Upwork profiles, I'm of the belief that it is not properly optimized. That is one of the reasons why they are not landing job. And this is to help you increase your chances of landing a job, not immediately, not today, but in less than 90 days. So this is to say that if you follow everything that we talk about here, and everything of course that you learn along the line and apply, you would certainly get a job in less than 90 days. And the reason I can say that is because I've had people that I've worked with, I've had coaching clients, I've had students that actually achieved these results, and that's why I am bringing this here to you today. All right, so in this webinar, we're going to be discussing these things, statistics, and why Upwork. We're going to be talking about some Upwork misconceptions, because I believe that a lot of people have misconceptions about Upwork. We're going to be talking about how to build a strong brand on Upwork. Yeah, you can actually build a brand on Upwork actually. We're going to also be talking about how to boost your profile. I will be giving some advice to Upwork newbies. And when I say newbies, even if you've joined Upwork for the last 1 year, as long as you've not gotten a job, I still consider you as a newbie. So I'm going to be giving some advice, candid advice, and then we'll get to our question and answer segments. So if you have any question, whether it's about Upwork, whether it's about freelancing, whether it's about what we're going to be discussing here today or not, just ask me the question. You're going to get the opportunity to ask me the question. I am Jennifer, Jen, popularly known as Jen, the virtual assistant. I am a virtual assistant. I am a social media expert, a marketing strategist, everything social media, freelancing, and marketing related. I am there. So if you have any question around there, just drop it in the comment section and we will be answering the question. Take this webinar as, aside from a webinar, take it as a free consultation, because you get to ask me questions that you most likely wouldn't be able to ask me if you are not here and you are not in my coaching sessions or my one-on-one session. Okay, so are you ready to begin? Let me know in the comment section. Just type ready. If you're ready to begin, type ready in the comment section and let's go. All right, type ready in the comment section and let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Who is going to be typing ready? Or you're not ready? If you're not ready, let me just close my laptop right now and disappear from your faces. Please let me know you can still hear me though. Let me know you can still hear me. Okay, Precious says she's ready. Ifoma says she's ready. Okay, I am ready. All right, thank you very much, Precious. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Yemisi. Okay, let's go. So let's take a look at the statistics, right? These statistics, I did not just bring them from anywhere. I made a couple of researches, I made a couple of studies before I came up with the slides. So I'm not just talking from my head, I'm talking from verifiable sources, right? So the statistics say that more than 851,000 active clients fill freelance positions using Upwork. First thing to note is the reason why I am giving these statistics is to help you see the possibility, is to help open your mind to the great resource that is Upwork. And also to help you know that a lot of things, a lot of misconceptions you have, they are just in your head, they are not real. Okay. So the first statistic says more than 851,000 active clients fill freelance positions using Upwork. Another statistics I read said more than 5 million clients actually are on Upwork, but the active clients, and that means that clients that are actively picking freelancers on Upwork are 851,000. Can you imagine the number? Next, statistics say that clients on Upwork spend a combined $4.14 billion annually. Annually, not after 2 years or after 3 years, combined 4.14 billion. Another statistics say that there are over 18 million registered freelancers on Upwork. This will tell you that indeed Upwork is a site where people get jobs. It's a marketplace, it's a workplace where people get jobs. If they don't get jobs there, people will not be coming there, right? More than 4.146 companies are expected to use Upwork as a talent marketplace tool in 2024. So some people have started adopting Upwork as a place where they get talents from. More people, more companies will continue to get use Upwork as a place where they can get freelancers from. Before, I would feel like it mostly maybe started from just individuals that are looking for somebody that will just do part time for them that go on Upwork. But now companies think people like Apple, Google, they now go on Upwork to look for freelancers to hire. So freelancers are not small children in quotes. Another statistic says that companies can save 30% by hiring freelancers from Upwork. If you are wondering, okay, why are these numbers? Why are clients going to Upwork? Why are business owners, why are organizations actually going to Upwork to get talent? If it's making you doubt it, let me tell you the reason. The reason is because all these companies, all these business owners, all these organizations already know that they get to save more when they hire people on Upwork. They get to save more, they get to meet top talents that they most likely will never meet, because I mean there are different people on Upwork from all over the countries. They get to meet them on Upwork, and they know that their money is safe because Upwork ensures that the freelancer or the talent has done their job first before they get paid. So both the client and both the freelancer is actually safe on Upwork. So take a moment to think about or digest the statistics that we've just discussed, and I will move on to the next slide. All right. So now let's talk about some misconceptions. We've talked about truths, we've talked about some facts and statistics about Upwork. Now let's talk about some misconceptions that you have, some misconceptions I used to have, some misconceptions that a lot of people that we know around us have about Upwork that are not true. So these things are called misconceptions because it is there are things that people believe, but it doesn't make them true, right? And if I mention them, if you remember or you took note of some of the statistics I mentioned, you definitely understand why this is a misconception. So the first one is people think clients do not hire Nigerians. Like I've heard that a couple of times. Personally, I used to believe that clients on Upwork do not hire Nigerians, but that's not true. They hire Nigerians. There are a lot of top earners on Upwork actually that are Nigerians. Another misconception is people think that clients no longer hire long-term roles, or there are no long-term roles on Upwork. Maybe clients on Upwork only hire contract based roles or temporary roles, but that is not true. I mean, we just saw on the statistics that more companies will keep hiring from Upwork, and also companies and organizations save 30% of operating costs when they hire on Upwork. So for these reasons, they definitely want to hire people to work for them long term. The only reason that would have made potential clients or organizations not want to hire long term roles would be that maybe they get scared that the talent will not deliver or the talent will run away with their money. But because Upwork has ensured that talents do not get paid until they've delivered on the work, and when clients are trying to hire talent, Upwork collects money from the companies or the clients. So both of them are safe. For this reason, certainly clients are hiring for long-term roles on Upwork. Another says that are no new jobs on Upwork. I don't know why people believe this, because there are new businesses every day. Every day somebody wakes up and feel like, oh my god, I'm tired of my 9 to 5, so I want to start a business. And sometimes they either quit their 9 to 5 or they continue to work with their 9 to 5. And when they continue to work on their 9 to 5, they want to make their business grow. For that reason, they will definitely need an extra hand. And most people do not want problems. They just go straight to Upwork so that they don't get to deal with clients or talents that are not faithful, talents that are not skilled enough, and talents that do not know how to deliver or do a good job. Upwork actually helps them with that. Another misconception, people say that clients hardly hire new freelancers. That is like the latest misconceptions now, because people are finding it difficult to land the client, but that is not true. Clients hire new freelancers every day because there are new clients every day. Clients are hiring for long-term roles. There are new jobs on Upwork every time, and clients are hiring Nigerians. I hope that this makes sense, and I hope that this is helping you um, get off some myths or misconceptions that you used to have. Let's even play a little game. Now that we've talked about these misconceptions, what are some of the misconceptions you used to have as somebody that maybe have tried Upwork, or somebody that is considering trying Upwork? What misconceptions do you have? What misconceptions did you have that now that we've talked about this, you think that you are going to stop believing? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, so let's continue. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, we've talked about statistics, we've talked about misconceptions. Now let's talk about how to build a strong brand on Upwork. When people talk about branding, when people talk about how to build a brand, we think that it's just about social media. It's not just only social media, really. You can actually build a strong brand on job boards. You can build a strong brand on marketplaces, work marketplaces, right? And we're going to be discussing how uh, we're going to be discussing how you can do that. Okay, Blessing says that she used to have a misconception that clients will not hire new freelancers. Oh, that's sad. I hope that your mind feels better now that you know that clients hire new freelancers. Informa said clients will not hire Nigerians. Okay, that's not true. If you want to do a quick search right now, just go on Upwork and type any Nigerian name you know, or type any role that you most likely be looking for. Scroll. I bet you see Nigerians there. You see a Nigerian name there from a Nigerian state there, and you see that they have a lot of hours and a lot of jobs that they've done with good earnings as well. You can do that right now, or you can do that. In fact, let somebody do that and let me know in the comment section, okay? While we'll continue. So, how to build a strong brand on Upwork. First things first, what does it mean to build a strong brand on Upwork? Building a strong brand on Upwork means getting everything you need ready to make your Upwork profile a success. Everything that you need to make your Upwork profile a success. The mistake I see a lot of freelancers or new talents, especially talents from Nigeria, right? Especially talents from Nigeria. The mistake I see them doing is they hear about Upwork. Let's say they hear about Upwork now and they be like, oh my God, I want to get Upwork because people say you can make XYZ amount of money on Upwork. They want to get on Upwork and they just go straight away, carry their phone or go on their laptop and start creating an account without trying first to understand the things that they need that will help them build a good profile or help them build a good brand, right? So these are the things that are going to help you build a good brand. Number one, your profile picture. Your profile picture is so important. I do not know why people will not use their faces, except of course you're opening an agency account. Even if you're opening an agency account, I would certainly recommend that you use your face. So when you are using a profile picture, you want to use something that is very clear. You don't even necessarily need to um, use a professional camera to snap yourself. Two things you can do. You can either, you see the way I am right now, where you can see me from here to here. Take a picture of yourself smiling, looking all professionally dressed up. Ensure that you are wearing something plain, like the blue that I'm wearing. Take a picture of yourself with this background, then go on Canva, remove the background and replace it with something. Ensure that your head is showing, at least from your head to this place is showing and it's very clear. And of course, you're smiling or at least keeping a good and accommodating face. Then go on Canva, change the background to maybe white. Ensure that the background you're using is going to be complementing what you're wearing. By that, I mean you cannot be wearing blue and then be using a blue background. Doesn't work that way. But use a background that complements whatever it is that you're wearing, and then you can use that. Ensure that you are standing properly and you are upright. Then use that as your profile picture. And the other option you can use is if you don't know how to use you don't know how to use Canva, you cannot remove a background or you cannot change your background or something, just go to a plain background, whether it's a white wall or it's a cream wall. So use only just two, either white wall or a cream wall. Stand in front of it and take a very nice picture. Take a picture that is like a headshot and smile. Look good. Let your hair look very, very nice. And smile or keep a very accommodating face. Take a profile picture and then post and use it. That's it, what you need. The next thing is your name. You don't have to lie about your name on Upwork because, oh, maybe you think that your name is too Nigerianish and they will not want to work with you because of your name. So you need to identify what name you want to use. If you maybe use like you have like a long name, do you want to use half of it? Like for example, somebody like me that my full name is Jennifer Idoko, I can use Jen I, right? Somebody that for example Oluwayemisi now, you can use Yemisi M. You don't necessarily need to use all Oluwayemisi. So things like that, right? Next thing you need to get ready that will help you build a strong brand is testimonials. This is where some people find it a little bit tricky because you feel like, okay, how do I get testimonials if a client has not worked with me on Upwork before? But it is actually very important for you to get testimonials because imagine yourself as a business owner, right? You go to a particular platform and you want to risk your money to hire somebody for the first time and you do not see any testimonial. Or better still, imagine that you're trying to buy something on Instagram, right? You are trying to patronize an Instagram vendor and you cannot see their face, or even if you can see their face, you cannot see that people have patronized them before, or you see that they just joined Instagram. You're going to be very, very skeptical. It will take the grace of God. But even if they're just joining Instagram, but you see that there's a testimonial that they posted of when somebody bought from them, or in their comment section somebody has said something about buying from them and they delivering, you'll be fine with working with them. So that's what testimonials do for you. And you don't necessarily need to only use testimonials from Upwork because I mean you're just starting. But in the course of your journey as a professional or a freelancer, a virtual assistant, whatever it is, you have definitely worked with people in the past, right? And if you've never worked with anybody before, you most likely have somebody that is professional enough that can say something about you, that can endorse you. So you want to request testimonials from them. Amazingly, Upwork has the ability to send or to request testimonials from a LinkedIn profile. So if you've never worked with anybody on Upwork before, just go on that particular point or that particular part in your profile that tells you to um, request testimonial from somebody. It's to ask you you to include the person's LinkedIn URL, and then you send it directly to them. Don't worry, if this particular webinar is majorly for people that have tried Upwork before. If you've not tried Upwork before, that means you don't know how to create an account or something. I'm going to be creating a YouTube video on how to create an account from beginning to the end, how to create the account, how to apply all the strategies we are talking about, or we've talked about so far, on your profile to optimize it so that you can land a job. Let me know if you like to see that kind of video. It's going to be very, very beginner friendly because I'm going to be opening an account from scratch. Okay, and most likely we'll do like a job application challenge or something. Let me know if you're in. Let me know if you're in. Okay, so next thing that you need to help you build a strong brand is your portfolios. You need portfolios. You need portfolios. And portfolio is just basically samples of all the work that you've done before, compiled together in a way that is very, very understandable and really show your expertise. If you feel like, oh my God, Jen, but I've never worked before, how do I have a portfolio? I have a YouTube video for that. You can, after this, you can go and check one of my YouTube videos. I think maybe 2 or 3 YouTube videos back, I discussed how you can build your portfolio, how you can build an experience, even without working with anybody. Even if you're just a newbie, you'll still be able to get good experience to build your portfolio. And if you don't know how to build your portfolio, I have a YouTube video for that as well. How to use a platform that is very, very simple and accessible. I am sure that if you use social media a lot, you've heard of Canva. I did a detailed tutorial on how to use Canva to create a portfolio. So those 2 videos, they are going to be very, very helpful for you when it comes to getting your portfolio ready for your Upwork profile to help you build a strong brand. Okay. All right. Let me check the comment section to be sure that we are together and we are moving somewhere. So misconceptions. Blessing says that clients don't hire new freelancers. Yes, I'm glad that it is no longer a misconception for you. Ifeoma says she used to think that clients do not hire Nigerians. Yeah, I know, right? Dara says that I know people personally who are currently earning thousands of dollars on Upwork. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I know a couple of them as well, right? Okay, let's come back. Other things that you also need is you need a good profile title. This is where people are making it or people are getting it wrong. When I start to discuss strategies that will help you boost your profile, you see the reason why I say people are getting their profile titles wrong and why your profile title is going to help you build a strong brand. So another thing you need to have ready is your resume as well. The reason you're having your resume ready is not because you're going to be uploading it, right? It's not because you're going to be uploading it on your Upwork, but because you're going to be using the format to fill out some other things that you need to make your profile. When we are doing the Upwork tutorial, you would see that in the video. Another thing you need is availability. This is very key. You need to know when you're available, especially if you have a 9 to 5 job, a physical 9 to 5 job that you're already doing. You have a physical 9 to 5 job, you want to start working on Upwork, you need to have a calculated number of hours or a cumulative number of hours you know you're going to be available because you are going to be needing it to show. Most clients need people that work with them for at least 20 hours or at least 30 hours weekly. So you need to get all of these things ready even before you get a client, right? Get all of these things ready even before you get a client or even before you even start creating your profile. Next thing you need a Pioneer account because that's where you're going to be linking on Upwork to get to your job or to get paid for your jobs. You need to also highlight the kind of project that you want to take. This is very, very important. Another mistake I see freelancers doing when they go on Upwork is because people say that you can earn a lot of money on Upwork, they don't have like a defined project that they can take or their defined skills. They just want to do everything. Everything that looks like what they can do or everything that looks like it's going to pay them, they want to. That's the mistake. Please stop making this mistake, okay? Highlight the kind of projects that you want to work on. Is it social media project? Is it community management project? Is it administrative project? Have this outlined. All of these things, if you can, have a notebook that you have all of these things ready even before you go to your profile to start including them. Okay. If you're a pen and paper person, get all of these things ready. Your name, write the name the way you'd want to put it in your profile picture, have it ready, your profile title, just write everything down. If you are not a pen and paper person, you're a digital person, create a Google document and have all of these things down. Create a Google folder, have your profile there, have your everything, okay? Have everything there so that once you get them ready, you can now fully go on Upwork and create your profile or optimize your profile if you already have a profile. So next thing is to identify your skill set. In fact, I would say you should identify your skill sets first before you go ahead to highlight the projects, because the kind of skill you have will tell you the kind of projects that you can be able to take, right? Another thing to do is for you to study top freelancers. Study top freelancers. Study do not mean copy them. It doesn't mean you should copy them, but just study them so that you see the things that they are doing that make sense, the things that they are doing that are correct, that you can apply for yourself. Okay, now let's move on to how to optimize your profile. So far, we've talked about statistics, we've talked about misconceptions, we've talked about how to build your strong brand, the things that will help build your strong brand. And next, we're going to be talking about how to optimize your profile. Before I move on, I would like to take questions. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. If you don't have any question, let me know that you are noting everything down. It is making sense for you. Also, let me know the things that are striking a chord, the things that are maybe new to you here, or the things that you've always known but you've not really paid close attention to, that you start paying close attention to. Let me know in the comment section. And also let me know if you're having a good time, because I'm having a good time myself. All right. I'm waiting to see your comments while I check. Okay, Temitope said that she's in. I believe that you mean you are in for our um, job application challenge and also the tutorial for Upwork, how to create an Upwork tutorial, or how to create an Upwork profile rather as a beginner from scratch. So this is going to be good for whether you're a complete beginner or you're not a complete beginner, or you've probably been on Upwork since you've tried so many things, it's not working, and you feel like you want to start from scratch. It's going to help you. So let me know the questions you have in the comments. While I wait for questions we have in the comments, I will just continue so that there is no pause, especially for people that will be watching the replay. Okay, I will be waiting to see your questions. Now, let's talk about how to optimize your profile, how to optimize your Upwork profile, right? You have created your account, but you are still not getting jobs. How do you boost it so you can increase your chances? Remember, this webinar is to give you strategies to help you increase your chances. Increasing your chances mean you're already there, you have been trying and it's not working. And if this is not your case, still pay attention when the detailed tutorial comes out on how to apply for a job, or better still, how to create your profile rather comes, you'd understand it from that point. And I will most likely do a tutorial series. There are definitely a lot of this kind of content on YouTube. Why am I doing it? I'm doing it because I believe that number one, everybody has different ways of passing knowledge or passing information. And for that reason, every other person as well have different ways or different means of receiving information. So it means that YouTuber A or Coach A can say something that is correct, but they most likely did not say it how you like to understand things or how you can understand things. So because YouTuber B or Coach B says the same thing in maybe a different way, you'd understand it better. So that's the reason why I am doing it. Okay. And then also another reason is maybe for virtual assistants, I am trying my best to not make it look like this webinar is limited to only virtual assistants. It's not limited to virtual assistants. As long as you are a freelancer or an aspiring freelancer, this is going to help you. Whether a freelance virtual assistant, a freelance social media manager, a freelance anything. As long as you're a freelancer that want to work on um Upwork, this is certainly going to help you. Okay, yeah, Mrs. says, I'm really learning a lot as a newbie. Thanks. Okay, I'm really excited, especially because we are a newbie. You are This is your first time joining us here, so I'm really excited that you are getting to learn something. Okay, I can't move this thing. All right. So let's talk about how to increase your chances. Number one is request testimonials from people outside Upwork. I've already said that, right? Even if these people are not active on LinkedIn, as long as you worked with them before. So sadly, Upwork only allows you requests from LinkedIn. So that person that you worked with, whether you worked with them on Twitter or you worked with them on Instagram, they have to be present on LinkedIn so that they can be able to send in um, their testimonials and you can apply it on your Upwork profile. So the first thing you want to do, check if you don't have any testimonial and you were thinking that it's impossible for you to get a testimonial since you've not worked with anybody before. Now I've been able to clear that for you. So start making a mental list of people that you want to go and request testimonials from. If they are not on LinkedIn or they are on LinkedIn but not active on LinkedIn, go and tell them, please, I really need this from you. Let them know. And again, if you've never helped anybody before, just watch that YouTube video I talked about how you can build your experience and you have an understanding of how to get people to, or the kind of people you can send this request for. Okay. Next thing to do is to keep your rates at $3 to $5 per hour. Yeah, I know that you want to make $1,000 on Upwork in 3 months, but you have to start somewhere because you are a new person. You just joined Upwork, or you've not joined Upwork, but you joined Upwork for a while, but you've not gotten a client before. How do you think somebody can come and pay you $10 per hour or $20 per hour, especially if the profile you have is a very common profile? Doesn't make sense, really. The goal is to get your first client. Once you get your first client, you get verified. And because you are now verified, it will make it easy for other clients to want to work with you as well. So even if it's a one-time job or it's a long contract job, please reduce. In fact, if you can, keep it at $3 just so that you get. Remember, you are trying to build your portfolio. You are trying to build your job readiness. You are trying to build your job expertise on Upwork. Even if you are a professional from LinkedIn, you're a professional from Instagram, except of course you have other sources of income or you have other sales channels. Please keep it between $3 to $5. Yes, Upwork will collect their percentage, but no problem. The goal is for you to get more people to notice you, get your first person to help you get verified and also help you leave an Upwork testimonial, right? So leave it there. Next thing is to apply to only jobs with less than 5 to 6 proposals. A lot of people are on Upwork. A lot of people are looking for jobs like you. So stop limiting your chances by applying for jobs that already have a lot of proposals or have job invites. Remember that every time you apply for a job, you are using a connect. So you want to save your connect as much as possible. There is a very slim, in fact, it's like 2 to 0% chances of you, a newbie especially, to get the attention of a client that has over 50 proposals or even over 10, 7, 8, 10 proposals, or have even sent an invitation to somebody, an interview invitation to somebody rather. So please keep it down, keep it at 5 to 6. If you are scrolling, you want to apply for a job and you see that the person has received 5 proposals or 6 proposals, don't bother. Just scroll, even if you think you're very, very qualified. Except you have a lot of connects and you think, oh my god, I think I can actually beat this. But I don't think you should even send to when it's more than 10. All right. Before I continue, I see some questions. Let me just answer the question. Informer says, will my chances of landing a job be affected if my unverified Upwork account has been inactive for 2 years? Yes, actually. Yes. Even if it has been inactive, you're coming back, you're going to make it active, and then applying all of these things that we've talked about. get all the things that you need to help you build your strong brand and also optimize your profile like we're talking about, and just keep applying. Certainly it's not going to affect you. You definitely get a job. Blessing says that if you get LinkedIn testimonials, will you be verified? Sadly, no. What makes you verified is if you've gotten a job. That is the reason why I'm saying that you keep your rates as low as possible so that you get your first job. Once you get your first job, you've delivered on the job, client has paid you, Upwork will verify you. So the trick is getting your first job. And sadly, well, some people do this thing where for them to get verified, they will approach Upwork and try to give them a job so that Upwork will verify them. So if you have a budget, if you feel like it's something you can do, go ahead and do that. Get somebody, give them maybe 5,000 naira. That would mean that you want to put your what's it called now, your rate at maybe $2 or $3. Let the person register as a buyer, right? Let the person register as a buyer and get you, send you an invite, get you to work for them in quotes, pay you, and then Upwork will verify you. So that's something that you can consider, right? But LinkedIn testimonials do not make you verified at all, right? So another thing or another strategy to use, this is all of the things that you will do, not just one. It's not that you do one and leave the other. Please try to do all of them as much as possible. So other things to do is to use both advanced search and recently posted. Advanced search is you see jobs that have been posted before, but recently posted, you see jobs that have been posted just now. So as they post it, you can see it. And I think that it will be good for you to also apply jobs that have been posted maybe in the last 3 hours max. The reason is because a lot of people would have applied, and when clients are scrolling, there's going to be so much, and they will not be able to scroll as long as you think they would. So just apply within the first 3 hours, right? Next is to use hooks in your proposals and your profile. When clients are trying to check or open your proposal, they are only going to see the first two or the first three lines. So you want to write something that will get their attention. You know how if you use social media a lot, if you use maybe Instagram a lot, or you use TikTok a lot, you definitely have heard some Instagram coaches tell you to use hook. Hook does not only work there. It will work on Upwork as well. You want the first few lines that they will that they will see rather, be able to grab their attention. So instead of say, "Oh hi, my name is Jen, I'm applying for," no, say something that will get their attention. Maybe something that they said in their job opening, right? For example, if maybe a client says, "I am a coach, I'm trying to start a boot camp, I'm trying to start a course, and I need a virtual assistant that will help me." You can start with, "I have helped over XYZ amount of coaches that are trying to, or that have successfully ran their courses, helping them respond to comments or helping them answer questions that students have and all of that." Or you can say something like, hosting a course as a coach rather is not very easy, especially because you need to get your slides ready, you need to host your participants in a group, you need to respond to them, you need to send emails. This is where I come in. If you start with that line, there's no way they won't reach you, because not a lot of people will start with that line. If you start with that line, it will pick their attention against all the other, "I have expertise in XYZ, I can help you." Hello, can you hear me? Let me know if you can still hear me. I think my network is a bit shaky. Let me know if you can still hear me. Let me know if you can still see me. Okay, so yeah, start with strong hooks in your profile and also your proposal, just so that you get more chances. Next thing is to use more SEO optimized and direct titles. So instead of just saying virtual assistant, social media manager, use more optimized and more direct. For example, say something like Etsy virtual assistant or e-commerce virtual assistant. or social media virtual assistant with Canvas skills, or Kajabi course manager, as against saying social media virtual assistant or customer support virtual assistant. So all of those tools that you most likely will use to do certain things, use it. Because when they type virtual assistant, they will see a lot of virtual assistants. How are you sure they're going to scroll to your name? But if, let's say, they are a coach that is looking for a virtual assistant to help them manage their communities, maybe they go and search, they will most likely want to check for virtual assistant to coaches, or virtual assistant to course creators, or Kajabi managers. So all of those key things, that is what you want to use as against the normal social media manager. And also, instead of using social media manager, you can use Meta Business Manager, or Meta Suite Business Manager, or Instagram page manager. All those very, very key and direct words, use them in your title. Next thing is, in your profile or proposal, focus on the client and their need, not you. I know that you're trying to sell yourself, but I promise you, there's a way you will sell yourself without necessarily projecting yourself, but projecting the client. Remember the example I gave about you trying to be you being a community manager for coaches, right? Instead of starting with, oh, I have XYZ skills that can help your coach business. If you start with, I know it is not easy for new course creators or course creators to successfully launch their program, because they have to manage they have to send emails, they have to create slides, they have to do research, all of those things. It is you focusing on their pain. It is you focusing on them. After you focused on them, you can now show them how they will rely on you, how you can help them. But you capture their attention when you focus on them than when you start with telling them what you can do. Show that you understand what problem they have. Show that you understand their pain points before you tell them the solution. Because if you just go ahead to tell them the solution, it is possible that you just copied it from somewhere. Or it is possible that you are trying to promise like every other person. But if you start with telling them that you understand their pain points before you tell them their solution, it means indeed you know the problem I have and you can help me solve the problem, right? The next thing is to spend at least 2 hours daily on Upwork. This is the problem, another problem that people have. They are not spending time on Upwork. You only go on Upwork when you're trying to apply for a job, maybe 3 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, and you want to get job on Upwork, or you want to get people to notice you. Nah, you have to spend more time on Upwork. The reason is not only because you are trying to apply for jobs, you are spending time on Upwork to also understand what clients are looking for, understand different criteria as the criteria change, right? Because new tools are coming out. You may not necessarily know the new tool that is trending, but when you spend time going through job proposals, or going through job vacancies and the rest, it opens your mind to things that clients are looking for. It opens your mind to maybe new tools that people are using to do XYZ. And another beauty, or another beautiful thing with that is, as you learn all of these things, you have your tracker, you write out the new skill or the new tool that it seems clients are looking for, and then you go and learn it. Then when you're applying again, you in maybe update your proposal or update your profile based on the new tool or the new skill that you see that clients are looking for, and then you apply. So stop spending just little time on Upwork. Even if you have a job, even if you are very busy, spend at least 2 hours or at least 1 hour. But really, if you really, really want to get something out of Upwork, if you say, this Upwork, I must do it, this Upwork, I must get as much benefits or as much result as other people are getting, please spend at least 2 hours on Upwork. All right. Other points that you can note is, submit proposals only to jobs you meet the requirements. And very popular requirements when it comes to jobs on Upwork is location requirements. Some people clearly tell you that they don't want anybody outside of Australia, or they don't want anybody outside of Philippines, they don't want anybody outside of Canada. Once you see things like that, even if you're 100% qualified, please ignore. Please ignore. Right. Another criteria is experience. Some people clearly state the experience they're looking for. If you don't have the experience, please ignore. Another thing is skill set. If you don't see the skill set, the reason is you can say you want to try your luck, which is not bad, but the truth is you are going to be wasting connects most of the time. It is only 1 out of 10 jobs that you don't qualify for based on the criteria stated that you apply that you get. So why waste the remaining 9 chances when you're going to be wasting your connect, right? So ensure that you're only submitting proposals to those kind of job. Then another thing is a job application strategy. And this strategy will be I would advise you apply to at least 15 jobs daily. So 5 jobs in the morning, 5 jobs in the afternoon, 5 jobs in the evening. If you can, please do that, at least 5 each. The reason is because there are people from different time zones there, right? People from different time zones. So you want to meet them. If you divide your job application, you know that we said that you're going to be applying for the first 3 hours, or you're going to be applying for jobs posted in the last 3 hours. So if you do morning, you do afternoon, you do evening, and you keep applying non-stop, there's no way you're not going to have a job, please. As long as you are serious. There's no way. There's no way. The next thing is do not stop till you find a job, especially if it is something that you want. I usually tell my virtual assistant story. I learned virtual assistant in 2016. I got my first job as a virtual assistant in 2018. I did the job, I would stop, I would do job. Then I went back to virtual assistants full time working from home in 2021. So imagine that when I learned in 2016, I applied, it did not work, and then I stopped. There's no way I'll be here today. You need to continue. I usually tell my friends that if you want to succeed in the next 5, 10, in fact, if you want to succeed in the next 10 years, you need to start now. You need to start now to succeed in the next 10 years, not to succeed next year, not to succeed next 2 years, but to succeed or to start succeeding in the next 10 years. You need to start now and give yourself time. So please keep applying, do not stop. As long as it is something that you want to do. The reason you are getting tired or the reason you are stopping is because you are not changing things. If you just expect it to work, no, you keep applying, you change things, you tweak things. If you are doing one thing for 3 months it's not working, that means something is wrong. Try to understand what it is that is wrong and change it, then apply again for the next 3 months. If it doesn't work, something is wrong. Keep tweaking, keep learning, keep trying to understand what is changing, keep seeing or looking out for industry changes, the new skills that you need to learn under your niche, the new tools that you need to learn under the things that you know how to do, and just keep applying. Try all this, exhaust all the strategies. There's no way you can even exhaust it before you land a job. Another question says, until after how many jobs on Upwork can I increase my hourly pay? It's going to be by your own discretion, really. But another thing people do not understand with that hourly pay is, like I mentioned earlier, clients are looking for people that will work with them for at least 20 hours weekly or 30 hours weekly. So imagine you are doing $3 per hour times $3 times 4. Sorry, $3 times 30. Let me do the math. Do the math as well. Where's my calculator? $3 times 30. So 3 times 30 is $90. So you make $90 in 1 week. And there are what? 4 weeks in a month. So 90 times 4. That is $360 in a month from just one client. And dollar is how much now? For those of us that are in Nigeria, dollar is I think 1 3 last time I checked. So 360 times 1,300. Can you see my camera? This is 468,000 naira for a start from one client. So it's not about getting somebody to pay you $10, $50 immediately. Definitely you get to the point, but you need to be truthful to yourself. You need to be realistic as well. You are just starting, and this person wants you to work with them potentially $20, 20 hours or 30 hours or even 40 hours per week for a long time. How do you expect them to want to pay you $10 or $50 when you're just starting? So um try to amass the hours. Look at it from the number of hours you're going to be working for, not the amount per hour, but the number of hours you're going to be working with them. And also remember that this is just for one client. So you do a good job. One thing with Upwork is the fact that it shows people number of hours you worked, how available you are, number of hours you're available. So people are seeing it. They are seeing your job hours counting. They are seeing the number of jobs that you have done, that you are doing counting. So people start reaching out to you. So when you think that you've gotten to a good stage, maybe you've worked like 6 months or worked 3 months, 1 year, depending on what you want, you can now decide to increase. And again, most of these clients are actually trying to work with you long term. So you can most likely, after you've proven yourself, another thing some freelancers do not know is you need to prove yourself to these people. They are human beings and they are spending money. They don't know you from anywhere. They are trusting on Upwork and banking that you will not disappoint them. So of course you need to prove to them, show them what you can really, really do for a long time, because you need to show them you can do this consistently. Somebody can just try to show that they are good enough for just 1 month. But if you show that you are good enough for up to 3 months, 6 months, it means that you are really good enough. You cannot fake that kind of thing. And then you can go ahead to increase your hourly rates to them. Then they will decide that they want to increase it with you, because of course you've given them results, you've produced results for them. There's no way you're not going to do it. And they'll leave testimonials from you, and you can even increase your rates without necessarily increasing it to the people that you have been working with long term. New people reaching out to you because they've seen how consistent you are, they've seen the testimonials you get, they'll definitely want to pay you. The downside is just that when you're starting, you start small. But when you've now gotten your hands steady on Upwork, you can increase your rate. Okay? Network is okay, is back now. Do not stop until you find a job. I have this job success application formula. If you can, just write it out. If you can, just write it out. So Informa says, what about those in diaspora? Well, those in diaspora, you can stick to $5 per hour and try to get more people to work with you. But this actually applies for everybody, even if you are in the UK. But most likely, you them seeing your country there may want to increase your chances, because they certainly understand that the economy there or the rates will not be so good for you. But keep it at $5, please. Do not. I don't think you should go more than five if you've never gotten a job before and you're trying to land your first client. Afterwards, you can now increase it and try to bid for other jobs as well. Right? Again, like I said, the money is in the number of hours you work and the number of clients you work with, not just the money that you get per one. I mean, it is better for you to be earning $360 per month from one client than be earning nothing at all because you're looking for the person that will pay you $50 per hour, which is not fair, which is not bad rather. If you have something you're already doing and you can wait for the one client that wants to take a chance on you as a newbie to pay you $50 per hour, no problem. But if you can't, you want to get there quickly as possible, please reduce your rate. All right. The formula I was talking about is number one, search. Number two, improve skill. So based on your search, improve a skill. People do not know that job search is actually a job on its own. Actually, it's a job on its own. If you take it as a job on its own and you take it as seriously as you take a job, you definitely land a job in less than 90 days. And I'm not even just talking. I'm not talking. Okay, so search. As you search, you see the things that are new, the things that you thought you know that you don't know anymore. Once you see them, improve your skill based on the new criteria you keep seeing. Then you apply, and then you rinse and repeat. Keep applying. The people in my boot camp, the equity virtual assistant boot camp, I told them immediately after the boot camp, they need to consistently apply day in, day out for the next 6 months. Because there's no way you put in that effort and you're not going to get something in return. And the truth is, landing job or job success is not magic at all. You don't think that because you have skills, because you are good at your job, you're going to land a job immediately. Because guess what? There are millions of people looking for a job. There are millions of people that have the skills that you have, that are as qualified as you are, even more qualified, that don't have a job. I don't know if you've seen, I think some weeks ago or some months ago, there was this lady that was trending on LinkedIn for a while. She probably has gotten a job now. Very, very good. I think she's a product manager and she lost her job out of this downsizing that they're doing. And she decided to do a video selling herself as a product to potential people that want to work with her. Please imagine that kind of person that is as good as that, knowing that kind of strategy or knowing to use that kind of strategy, but was downsized and took her time to land the job. Then there's you. So there are a lot of people. You just need to apply strategy. You need to apply different things. The more, and then of course, take your time or be patient with yourself. The more time you put in, the closer your chances of success. You cannot compare yourself to somebody that have, so let's say you put in just 1 hour daily. You cannot compare yourself with somebody that puts in 2 hours daily to apply for a job, or 3 hours daily, or 5 hours daily to apply for a job. You cannot compare yourself, except of course the person is, a person is not working with a strategy, or the person is just applying. Then there's you that have a strategy. So the more time you put in, the closer your chances of success. This just means that you need to put in more time, right? Okay, so before I move on to advice for newbies, this is already past 1 hour. I need to go soon. Before I move on to advice for newbies, if you have any question, please put it in the comments. If you have any question based on everything we've discussed so far, put it in the comments and I'm going to be answering the question for you. All right, Ifoma, I hope that what I said about those in diaspora makes sense to you. And yeah, so the advice that I have for newbies, it is one thing for us to talk, it is one thing for us to share all of these strategies, all of these things that we know. But it's also another thing to understand that we are humans. The people that are searching for jobs, they are humans. So, yeah, the advice that I have is number one, kill the limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it on Upwork. Oh my God, I know somebody that's been applying for years, they've not gotten a job. Why would I get a job too? Oh my God, this person, I expect that this person will be working on Upwork, but they are not working on Upwork. So that means I cannot qualify on Upwork. Or, oh my God, I've been applying, I've been trying. This is my like third account. They keep blocking me. I don't think I'm going to now. All those things are limiting beliefs. All of those things are limiting beliefs. Kill them. I believe very much in positive affirmation. If you know me, if you've had a conversation with me before, if you've been in any of my classes, if you follow me on social media, if you watched my videos before too, you know that I believe very much in affirmations. So when those things start coming to mind, because we are human beings, they will come to mind. You want to say good things. Oh my God, I'm going to make it on Upwork. I am landing my first job on Upwork. I'm landing my first gig on Upwork. Clients are looking for me. My profile is optimized enough to get their attention of clients that are ready to pay me. The fact that I'm a newbie, the fact that I don't have a testimonial here is not enough reason for clients to not want to hire me. Say all those amazing things to yourself and about yourself, and there's no way you're not going to get um, a job. You need to just keep hyping yourself, keep telling yourself the truth as well. There's a video I watched on Instagram lately. A lady said that most of the times what we want is hype. We don't want to hear the truth. And that is, I believe, a reason that keep putting people down. Me, I'm my greatest critic. In fact, I will even criticize myself more than I will criticize the next person, because I feel like I can handle it, but you may not likely be able to handle it. So you need to be truthful to yourself. When you know that you're not doing it well, or say you, after this webinar, you make up your mind that you're going to be applying for jobs every day for the next 3 months, and or you're going to be applying for at least 15 jobs for the next 3 months, and then you're not doing it. You call yourself to order. Oh, Jen, how do you expect to get a job in less than 90 days when you're not actually applying all these things, when you're not doing what you say you should do? Do not allow, or do not wait for somebody else to come and call your bullshit out before you call your bullshit. You succeed better when you can call your bullshit out before somebody else call your bullshit. Okay? So another advice I have for you is to keep applying till you find your success. You need to believe in this thing that you decided to do. You really want it. You are, let's say you are working in 9 to 5 that is stressing the hell out of you, in 9 to 5 that's making you really sad. You really, really want this. For that reason, you need to continue putting pressure. You need to continue putting in effort. You need to continue putting in time into that. Another advice I have for you, very important, is do not copy people's profile. I know I said you should study the top percent earners or top talent. It doesn't mean you should copy them. You need to apply yourself. Those people that have those amazing profiles that you saw that you like, it is because they applied themselves there. So you are watching their profile or you are looking at their profile to help you have a better understanding of how to do it for yourself, how to craft your own better, not for you to go and copy and paste. Please do not copy and paste. And also do not copy and paste ChatGPT. Some people are now using AI to detect that. And let's not lie, ChatGPT actually uses the same grammar, the same English. When you see something that ChatGPT wrote, you will know. Talk more of people um that are business owners that are looking for good ways to spend their money, they will certainly know. If they were looking for ChatGPT kind of work, they would have gone to ChatGPT to do it for them. So why would you be applying and using ChatGPT? Please, let's not do that. Okay. Then lastly, believe in yourself and tweak when you need to tweak. All these things I've said, they certainly work. But if you see that, okay, I need to tweak it, I think that, for example, I said your proposal, you should use hook. If you realize that you think video proposal or video introduction will work instead, use video. So tweak when you need to tweak and just keep applying. The goal is to continue to change things, continue to move instead of just sitting down and applying one thing and applying one thing and applying one thing, and then you are complaining that it is not working for you, right? And yeah, we have come to the end of this webinar. I hope that you had a great time. It's been what, 1 hour, 10 minutes, 43 seconds. I hope you had a great time. I personally have had a great time. I'm really so excited that we did this. Oh my God. I am so happy that we did this because actually, even from talking, I have learned to people that will have a question of if I'm on Upwork or not. I am no longer on Upwork. I'm a virtual assistant. I have been a virtual assistant for a long time. I've been working with different people for a long time. So I majorly get my clients from Upwork, not from Upwork, rather, please forgive that. I usually get my clients from recommendations. So people mostly recommend me, and I get my clients from people reaching out to me via Instagram. So I have no need for Upwork. But I've worked on Upwork before. My early days, I worked on Upwork. I think I worked 3 jobs on Upwork before I started getting outside Upwork clients. But that does not mean that all of these things I'm saying are not correct, because I have people that I've coached one on one and given them these tips. They've applied it and it works for them. It has worked for them. That is why I'm teaching this. And I'm going to be putting this out there because I want the whole world to hold me accountable. So I decided today that I am going to be opening an agency account. So I'm a business owner. Um, I'm a creator, create content around virtual assistant education and productivity. I have a startup as well that I founded in November 2022, 2023 rather. That is the Equipped Virtual Assistant Bootcamp, and they are the sponsor of this webinar. I'll talk more on that another time. I have clients I work with as a virtual assistant. I have clients we work with in our agency, and I've decided that just to prove all of these things that we've discussed, I'm going to be opening an agency account for the Equipped Virtual Assistant Bootcamp, agency account on Upwork. I'm going to be applying all of these things that we talked, and we're going to land the job in less than 90 days. If you are interested, let us know. I'm going to be documenting our process job on Upwork on our agency account in less than 90 days. I'll document everything, let you know all the things I'm doing, and when we get our first job, we will upload it to. I hope that this is exciting. It's exciting for me actually. I like to take up challenges like that. Okay, so I'm going to read questions and answer the questions before I talk about our sponsor, and then we can end this webinar. It's been an exciting time for me. I hope it has been an exciting time for you as well. Um, Blessing says, please, do you have a YouTube video on starting on Upwork from scratch? I don't have one yet, but I'm going to be having one. So check the YouTube video, or check our YouTube channel rather, in the next 1 to 2 weeks. There's going to be a video on that. So when I'm creating our agency account, I will be uploading that. I will be documenting it and then we upload it there. Blessing says, thank you for your time. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. It's not easy for you to actually be here from start to finish. This is past 1 hour and you're still here. So thank you. Ifoma says, it sure does. Thank you for the explanation. I'm happy that you got the explanation properly. And then Ifoma also said, I had an amazing time. I'm happy about that. I've had an amazing time myself. So yeah. So let's talk about our sponsor, which is the Equipped Virtual Assistant Bootcamp. It is a bootcamp where virtual assistants get trained. Remember that when we were talking about this, we strictly talked about general. We talked about it in general, so different um, freelancers or different types of freelancers. But now we've talked about all of these things. There's no way you can be successful if you don't have any skill. So this is where the Equipped Virtual Assistant Bootcamp comes in. If you want to learn skills, virtual assistant skills, how to do travel planning, remember we said that for your profile titles, you need to use direct and SEO optimized. This is what you're going to be learning. Imagine putting virtual assistant, travel planning virtual assistant instead of just virtual assistant. They will definitely, or clients will definitely want to go with the travel planning virtual assistant because you already say what it is you can do. And when a client is looking for something around that and they search it, you will come out faster than somebody that just have virtual assistant on their profile, even if they can do travel planning. So those are some of the things you're going to be learning in the bootcamp. You're going to be learning travel planning virtual assistants. You're going to be learning administrative stroke executive virtual assistants. You're going to be learning web research virtual assistants. You're going to be learning social media virtual assistants, right? And this is always be happening for 45 days. And I promise you, it is a very, very exceptional time. How we deliver our module is because we are trying to make it both self-paced and not necessarily self-paced, because when people do self-paced they tend to just lag behind. But we also understand that it needs to be self-paced, especially for people that are very busy. So every week we release a module from Monday. You watch everything before Saturday latest, and then we have a Q&A session on Sunday by 8 p.m. No matter how busy you are, no matter the kind of things you are doing, you are definitely going to be available on Sunday by 8 p.m. and it's going to be for 1 hour, 30 minutes or 2 hours. Sometimes it gets to 3 hours, depending on how exciting it is and the kind of things that we're talking about. And we do not just want it to be a give without it coming out from you, without you understanding based on implementation. So we have assignments, we have quizzes, we have group projects. Part of the things we also want to teach you, or our goal is to take you from beginner to pro and interview ready. Interview ready means that you already have the skills, you understand how to sell yourself, you know the right things to say, you know how to face um, potential clients, and we're going to be doing that. So the group presentations we'll be doing, we'll also be teaching you how to work with a team, how to collaborate, because you're going to be working with a group. We have accountability groups. You are going to be divided into accountability groups so that you can work with your group members. Your group members will eventually go on to become your cheerleaders, your business buddies. Over time, or so far we've done 2 cohorts, and people from our cohort have talked about how their besties, we call ourselves besties, their accountability partners have recommended them for jobs. So it is not just about trying to learn together, it is also trying to understand how to collaborate and grow together. Another reason for the accountability is to ensure that you finish your course, because we know how people buy courses, how people buy programs, but they never finish it. So your accountability partners are going to help you. And another reason for the accountability too is to help you understand what it means to be able to communicate, have good communication skills, and also leadership skills. All of those things you're going to learn and practicalize it in the bootcamp. And the tip of the iceberg is the cake on the icing actually is the fact that at the end of the bootcamp or towards the end of the bootcamp, you get access to professionals, seasoned professionals that will come into the bootcamp and interview you. So when we say we are going to make you interview ready, we mean it completely. They're going to be coming and interviewing you, asking you questions. The goal is to replicate the interview process so that you understand what it means to apply all the things you've learned. You know, it's one thing to actually learn theories, another thing to actually practicalize it. So they will do that for you for 4 to 5 days, and then in the end, you get free 1 month internship. So based on how you perform, you can apply to the different professionals that will bring and just go and work with them for 1 month. Try to implement all the things that we talked about, have them correct you and show you how to actually be a professional and deliver good work ethics aside from just using your mouth to say that you have good work ethics. If you decide that you want to intern with us, the Equipped Virtual Assistant Bootcamp, you can apply. At the moment, we have 3 interns from the last cohort that are learning so much that is going to help their portfolio. And all of these things that I've talked about, aside from all these things, you get to do quizzes as well, you get to do tests to test your knowledge, you also get access to workbooks as well, and a lot of bonuses. All these things that if you were going to study it in university you'll be paying millions of naira, it is just 39,999, and we're currently on a discount. So a discount from now till the end of April, instead of 39,999, you get to pay 29,999 naira. And if you want to even take a step from now till the next 48 hours, we are opening a discount for people that are coming from our live session, people that are coming from our webinar. Just comment EVB3 or go on my Instagram at Jen the Virtual Assistant, DM EVB3, or go on EVB's Instagram page at Equipped VA Bootcamp, at Equipped VA Bootcamp. Somebody please help me type all of these handles in the comments so that people can see it. At Equipped VA Bootcamp, DM EVB3, and also DM that you're coming from the live session and you want a special discount. Remember that there's already a discount from the original fee. If you're coming from the webinar and you can pay from now to the next 24 hours, or better still, from now till the end of the weekend before Monday, you're going to get an extra discount. Just send us a DM, or you can even send an email at jenthevirtualassistant@gmail.com. This is it showing on your screen now. Jen the Virtual Assistant. Jen the Virtual Assistant is my Instagram. Reach out to me on Instagram. It's EVB3 webinar. And if you want to send an email at jenthevirtualassistant@gmail.com, and you will get access to the discount. Remember that the discount is only available for this weekend, just this weekend. After this weekend, it's going back to 29,999. And at the end of April, which is from May 1st or May 2nd latest, the class fee is going back to the original fee, which is 39,999, almost 40,000 naira. All right. If you don't want that, please take advantage of it right now. And if you're wondering when the class is going to start, the class is starting on May 16th, so you still have time to prepare. If you are also wondering, oh, what are the other benefits, you get a free certificate. You get a certificate. But the condition is you have to be very, very active, because we are trying to build a reputation. We are getting to a point where people will hire people because they came from me or they came from a quick virtual assistant bootcamp. So we have the arm where we do virtual assistant for EVB for business. where we are trying to connect, aside from teaching virtual assistants, we are trying to connect business owners to virtual assistants. As a virtual assistants authority in virtual assistant industry, I have people reach out to me to either work with me or get me to recommend virtual assistants for them. And I've recommended at least 30% of all the people that we've taught so far. So we intend to also get more people to partner with us. We currently have a partnership with a a hiring agency helping us put our virtual assistants in jobs. So getting a job, as long as you're very, very serious, it's not going to be difficult at all. At the end of the boot camp, we also do something called a job application challenge, a 15 days job application challenge, where we are going to be sourcing out good jobs for you that you can apply for alongside the recommendations that we are going to be giving. And recently, we're also adding, on Upwork, you need to get endorsements just to help you build your profile. We are also giving LinkedIn endorsements, skill endorsements to every of our students that is on Upwork and that is on LinkedIn rather. And for people that go on Upwork that need testimonials, I am definitely going to be giving you testimonials. And if you check my LinkedIn profile, you know that my LinkedIn profile is rich enough and it's not going to be looking like you just found just a random person to give you a testimonial. All right. Yeah, I need to go now. I actually need to go now. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining the class. Somebody says, um, Informers, somebody asked me a question. I think I saw it. Okay. Irene says, will you make this video downloadable? I don't know about downloadable, but it's going to be on YouTube. So you can always watch it again. I don't know about downloadable, but it's going to be on YouTube. And the slides as well, I'm going to be attaching it in the description so that you can get access to it if you want to get access to it. And the tutorial on how to open an Upwork profile, how to optimize your profile step by step is going to be coming out very soon. Okay. Leila, I believe that Leila is here. There are a couple of people that says that are already DMing EVB3. They're already saying EVB3. Get maybe their name or their email. We need to be able to contact them somehow. Just send us a DM on Instagram, please, or include your Instagram handle or your email here so that somebody from my team will reach out to you, or leave it in the comments of this video. All right, I need to go now. I have other things that I need to get back to. I hope you had a good time. I really, really had a good time. And I want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here with me. I can't wait to see you again. So we have live sessions every month. Next month own is going to be coming and it's definitely going to be very, very amazing and it's going to be insightful. Just in case you are wondering, why are we doing this kind of webinar for free? Why are we doing this quality thing for free? The goal for me is to actually reach more people with information. I studied microbiology in school and I graduated in 2017. I have never gone more than 2 months without a job or a source of income before. And I believe that the reason is because I have access to a lot of information. So the reason people are not getting jobs or people are not getting or taking charge of their finances or their financial life is because they don't have information. And I also believe that whether you have a budget or not, whether you have money or not, you deserve or people deserve access to quality information. So that is why I've dedicated once in a month on YouTube to do live sessions like this. These are things you pay for, certainly, but I'm going to be doing it for free on YouTube. All I just need you to do is to subscribe to our YouTube channel, invite people to join us here on our webinars, share the webinars. That's the only thing I need from you. Another time or another ways that I come on here or I give quality information is on the Equit VA Bootcamp on Instagram. We have bi-monthly live sessions. That means we go live twice in a month to talk about something insightful as well for 30 minutes or 1 hour, depending on how available that we are. But at least 2 times in a month, we must do that. So that means 3 times in a month, I go live and I give value both on YouTube and on LinkedIn. And aside from live sessions as well, I give out YouTube content. I give out value on my YouTube every week. and give out value on Instagram pages. My personal Instagram at Jenny Virtual Assistant and EVB's Instagram at Equiv Bootcamp. I'm not the only person working on EVB, so don't think that it's my thing. It is a company, it's a business, and yeah. Okay, I talk a lot. When I'm talking about something that excites me, I talk a lot. So I had a great time. I hope you did too. I've said this like 1 million times, but that's because I really hope you had a great time. All right, bye. If you're watching this replay, yeah, still reach out to us. If we are still doing the boot camp, I still in quad three, and there's still time. You certainly still get access to the discounts if prices have not changed. All right, bye everybody. Let me take a picture. Let's take a selfie, duh. What's a live webinar without a selfie, right? All right. Can you leave emojis? That's how you can join the section. You join the session by leaving emojis. All right. Bye bye. Very playful though. All right. I'll end the stream now. Thank you very much for your time, to Ifoma. Bye.